Recently, I was out in the garden and I noticed something really awesome. I actually found a beneficial insect predator that was actively going after the false Colorado potato beetle. And so I want to share with you this insect because this beneficial insect can commonly be confused with a pest insect. They both look very similar. So I really want to shed some light on this beneficial insect so that we can appreciate its virtues in the garden, in the farm, the landscape, whatever, and not think that it's a pest and try to destroy it or anything like that. But today we are talking about the spined soldier bug, right? And this is a type of predatory stink bug, and the Latin name, of course, is Podesis maculaventris. Being that it is a type of stink bug, it is in the larger true bug family, and we don't want to confuse the spined soldier bug with the soldier beetle, right? These are two completely different insects, and it's important that we know the difference because they both, while they're both beneficial insects, they both have different jobs that they do. Of course, stink bugs have different natures to them depending on the species, right? Some of them are pests and some of them are predators, right? The beneficial insect predators, and this spined soldier bug is one of those beneficial. This stink bug looks very similar to the brown marmorated stink bug. However, this one looks smaller and its coloration is a little bit lighter, especially when you look at the underbelly. The brown marmorated stink bug will have a little bit more of like a darker mottled type underbelly, and this one has more of like a clean, lighter tan coloration to it with maybe some greenish tints around the edges. However, a lot of people can mistake the identity of these two species, but it's really important to know the difference because the brown marmorated stink bug is a pretty serious pest, while the spined soldier bug is a very beneficial generalist predator, in fact, that can feed on over 100 species of pest insects. So this beneficial stink bug is also susceptible to different insecticides, right? That means its population can be reduced, or these stink bugs can be killed off from some of these different insecticides like the organophosphates, the carbamates, imidacloprid, and pyriproxyfen. So being that it is a true bug and it is similar to a lot of other stink bugs and some other leaf-footed bugs and other insects like that that can be pests, there is a bit of a close relation there. So because these species tend to be genetically similar, there can be a lot of carryover from the insecticides that are used to control the pest populations, and they can affect the predator populations, especially in this case, because the insects are genetically and biologically similar. So I mentioned the spined soldier bug is a generalist predator, right? So that means it goes after a wide range of pest insects. So the various pests that it goes after include, but are not necessarily limited to, the Colorado potato beetle, the false Colorado potato beetle, which is a lot of the footage that I have on this video is the spined soldier bug going after the false Colorado potato beetle, because the FPB was on the Ethiopian eggplants that I have, right? And it was doing some damage there. But the spined soldier bug ended up helping to take care of the problem. The spined soldier bug will also go after the Mexican bean beetle, the corn earworm, the beet armyworm, European corn borer, diamondback moth, fall armyworm, the cabbage looper, imported cabbage worm, the velvet bean caterpillar, and flea beetles. And you can find a lot of this information and more on one of Cornell's web pages. I have the link down in the description. So now we want to talk about habitat. How do we attract this beneficial stink bug into the landscape so it can be there to help to control the various pests that may be in the garden or on the farm or what have you? This insect will hang out on various crops, right? Basically, whatever crops that these pests are going to be attacking, the beneficial stink bug will also probably be there as well. So therefore, you can find it on various crops and even some wild plants as well. And ideally, as I said, because of the pesticide sensitivities that this insect has, as a general rule, the no spray approach is really the best possible option, you know, especially in terms of like the insecticides. Because also on that note, we have different beneficial insects from different insect families. And so the spine soldier bug may be susceptible to, you know, some of these insecticides, and maybe not so much to others, but other beneficial insects and other families, potentially some of them may be more susceptible to other pesticides and not so much to these, right? So really we want to develop more of a holistic approach and being able to bring in as wide a variety, as much diversity of beneficial insect life into the landscape in order to make the ecological approach to pest control as effective as it possibly can be. So no spray is really the best possible approach that we can go in this context. And then additionally, some pheromones have also been used to try and attract these beneficial stink bugs. You know, so those may or may not be an option, and they may or may not be a practical option. But really, if we can keep the process of building that habitat as natural and kind of organic as we can, we shouldn't really have to worry about the pheromones, right? As long as we've got the plants there, the plants that the pests are attacking, and we're not spraying chemicals, we are creating a good habitat for this beneficial insect to survive in. Because really this insect is a generalist predator, and it's also kind of a generalist survivor on the landscape. It doesn't seem to be too picky, like, you know, it needing certain types of plants or very specific climates or anything like that. This beneficial insect just isn't really that picky as long as we're keeping these general points in mind. So thank you so much for checking out this video on the spined soldier bug. We now know that it is different from the brown marmorated stink bug, and we know a wide range of pests that this beneficial insect can go after, and we also know its general preferences for habitat. So with that, hopefully we can be able to bring more of these beneficial stink bugs into the landscape and let them do their thing. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Take care.